Three, two, one. All right, welcome back. We are here with UFC 323, Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan 2. I am so excited to make some predictions for this night. We also have Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van for the flyweight title. Who else do we have? We have so much good shit. We have Henry Cejudo versus Payton Talbott. We have Jan Błachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. Grant Dawson, Manuel Torres, Chris Duncan, Terrance McKinney, Macy Barber, Kareem Silva, Brandon Moreno, Tatsuro. We have a stacked way to end the year. I am incredibly excited. This is all just going to be my picks and predictions, just how I think these fights are going to go. I'm going to go from the beginning to the end. I am incredibly excited. It's pretty early in the week, so they could make some adjustments. Fights could fall out, obviously. But this is just some thoughts I have ready. Yes, fucking already know. I have to blend this shit one. But yeah, let's get started. We're going to start off with Muhammad Naimov versus Marion Santos. Muhammad Naimov, pretty okay in the UFC so far, but Marion Santos is very fresh from the Dana White Contender Series. A couple of good fights. One of them was pretty controversial against, what is it, Sam Peterson? Or it was Francis Marshall, yeah. Now, Muhammad Naimov is pretty good, but Marion Santos has pretty nice striking, and I think is going to be a bit more dynamic and fluid in that fight. I got Marion Santos taking that fight by round 3, TKO. If he lands like a really nasty one. But for the most part, it's going to be a decision for Marion Santos. He's going to just overall be a bit more active in the striking. I think he's going to get grappled by Naimov and have to deal with it, but he's going to deal with it. He's going to be fine with it, unless Muhammad really strongholds him. I don't really see Naimov really having too much of a success in this fight. I'm hopeful that he does a good performance, but I totally see Marion Santos just taking this decision completely and totally. It might be a bit of a slow start, but he's pretty good. I don't really blame him for this. It's, do what you got to do. But yeah, Marion Santos, let's go. That's good. All right, moving on. We have Mansur Abdul-Malik versus Antonio Trócoli. Yeah, Mansur is going to murder Trócoli. This is ridiculous. Mansur is undefeated as of now in the UFC. 3 wins, and one of them being a KO against Brundage in the 3rd round back in June. 2 more KOs against Klein and Todorovic. Trócoli is 2 losses have been KO losses to Shara and a sub loss in round 1 to Shashan fucking Gore. It is not looking good. Mansur, by literally anything and everything he wants. He can just fucking go out there, choke him out, beat him up, just toy around with him. Do whatever you want, and you're going to win the fight. It's going to be over in round 1. Mansur Abdul, it's going to be a good fight. I'm excited about that. Mansur Abdul-Malik is on a good trajectory right now. If he keeps on moving in this path, I think they're going to set him up with a really good fight next up. But this one is just to get him, I don't know, a bit more of a stronger start so they can justify some of the names they're going to start throwing his way. But yeah, super fucking cool. Alrighty, see, 2 of the first fights are fantastic. After that, we then have Iwo, oh wow, this is a hard one. Iwo Baraniewski versus Ibo Aslan. New guy, Iwo is from the Dana White Contender Series. Pretty amazing first fucking fight. First punch knocked the guy out in like 20 seconds. Amazing. Ibo is coming off of a loss. He has been, fine, a bit hit or miss. Yeah, last time Ibo fought was against Billy Lakana, and Billy was able to throw Ibo off his game and just take the decision the entire fight. Yeah, it might have been so, but yeah. When Ibo was just thrown off of his rhythm, it was over. As soon as he just wasn't able to really get like some sort of combinations going, as soon as he wasn't able to find his footing and find his distant management pretty well, Billy Lakana was able to just dance around him the entire time just by being active. That's a big thing with a lot of these guys too. Like, it's as if they wait for a conversation. I've said this before. Like, they talk to each other when they're fighting. Like, hear you, hear me. Boom, boom, boom. I'm answering back to what you're doing. I'm waiting for you to tell me what you're going to do so I can respond with my own conversation, with my own, dialogue. But I feel like Iwo isn't going to exchange in that way. He's just going to go out there and put it on him, and that's it. If he puts it on Ibo, it's over. I think first round KO. It's really just kind of set up in that way too. Ibo, he's got strength. Now, Ibo obviously could take the fight. I saw a video of Iwo. It's very close. Iwo. I saw a video of Iwo on Top Guard. He was in control from the guy in the bottom, and the guy in the bottom landed some nasty punches. Not fucking finished the fight from the bottom. Crazy to me. So Iwo might, maybe there's a chance that Ibo could fucking put some damage on Iwo and just disgruntle him and discombobulate his entire fucking game plan. But I don't see that happening. If it does, cool. but it's kind of fluky in my opinion if it does. But we'll see. We shall see. Iwo by first round KO, TKO, yeah. And guys, we're moving forward, and just listen to the names I'm going to start saying moving forward, okay? We got Edson Barboza versus Jalin Turner. Fan-fucking-tastic. A striker's affair, but I think this is going to be over in one. I think Jalin Turner is going to take this fight. He's coming out of a very, very short retirement. I don't know, he just had a bad streak. He's had a brutal win on Bobby Green, which kind of fucked up the way he fights a little bit too. He's going through shit that can change you as a fighter. So I'm happy to see that he actually did come back. He re-engaged faith. You know, he went through his own personal life changes, and I think that's important for him to grow in a positive way. That he is not taking this as I don't know, like he's doing it out of regret. He's doing it because he's gone out. He's taking some time. He feels better. Come back with some refreshed mentality, and you're gonna put it on Edson Barboza. Edson Barboza looked not great in his last fight with Drakkar Klose. It was a pretty not enjoyable watch, I gotta be honest. Edson just couldn't get much going off. He would have some good moments, obviously, but when Drakkar was doing his stuff, Edson was just there listening to all of it and just took it all in. And if he does that with Jalin Turner, Jalen's going to do to him what he did to Bobby Green. And nobody is going to want to see Edson Barboza getting laid out by Jalin Turner like that. It's going to be a horrible, horrible sight, but it's going to be what is going to happen, and it's going to happen in about round one. I will say I think it's going to be a decision. I don't know if Jalen's going to be able to be popping off like that in his first fight back. So I'll say Jalin Turner by decision, but I expect for Jalin Turner to be able to finish Edson Barboza here. I totally see that as a very strong possibility. After, we have Marvin Vettori versus Bruno Ferreira. Guys, I love Bruno Ferreira. I like Marvin Vettori, but I love Bruno Ferreira. I'm going with the fucking Hulk on this one. And I really don't know if Marvin Vettori, where he's at in his game right now. He's lost his last two. I don't know if he's lost his other ones before that. I know where I remember very clearly how I've seen Marvin Vettori fight against Dolidze, the second rematch, and against Brendan Allen. He's good. Obviously, he's great, but he's not at the level where the UFC is going to. You know, Brendan Allen is doing good because he's kind of adapting and growing as a fighter. Every time we see him fight, he's getting a lot better. It's pretty impressive. Fluffy Hernandez, the same thing. But Marvin Vettori is not doing that as of now. He's kind of, I'm not seeing like a great new skill he's trying to develop in the octagon. I'm not seeing a new groundwork. I'm not seeing a new clinch game. I'm not seeing some new elbows. I'm not saying shit that's kind of different that's going to make him stand out again in this new age. He took too much time off, and I'm worried that like the game has passed him by, you know? Bruno Ferreira has been in this shit as a dog, fucking getting in that fucking fire and blitzing these motherfuckers. He's got 2 submissions in a row now, once against Jackson McAfee or whatever. Guys, he's fantastic. Bruno Ferreira, he's on a run right now, and I really do believe that if he continues this momentum, he's going to run into some pretty stiff competition as soon as he gets to the top 15 for sure. But Marvin Vettori will get him through the door to get those fights. Like, I don't think he's going to beat Hernandez. I don't think he's going to beat certain guys at the top like that. Dolidze, I don't think he's going to beat, but he's going to have a great performance in this night, and it's going to be a great opportunity for him to start throwing out names and getting some money in these fucking next couple fights. Fantastic matchup on that one. All right, moving forward. For Bruno Ferreira, I also I think he's going to get a crank submission round 1. Straight up, he's been working on that. He's been doing it well, and I don't think people are going to be able to stop him. Not with how big and girthy he is. He's just too meaty for that division. So I don't see anyone being strong enough to actually physically stop the guy, besides Khamzat Chimaev, obviously. But yeah, after that, we got Nazim Sadikov versus Fares Ziam. Now, Fares Ziam is good, but I'm going Sadikov here. We've seen his fight with Malta last. Amazing, but it's not even just that. Sadikov is just that good always. Sadikov is fantastic. 4 finishes with 1 draw only against Borshev. Confusing. And this last fight was a contender for a fight of the year because of how much of a dog he was, and then he came back and fucking laid it on Mata. Sadikov is amazing. He has so much potential, and he's on a trajectory and a path that is fantastic. They're going to set him up and start putting fights with maybe Bobby Green. They could do fucking Roofy. There's a lot of guys ahead of him that he can fucking dish out and destroy. I I think Ferrez is going to give him a bit of problems. He's going to definitely crack him a couple times, but he's not going to be able to keep up with the technical showcase that Sadikov is going to be performing on Saturday night. Sadikov is going to be throwing heel kicks. He's going to be throwing this. He's going to be fucking doing all kinds of weird, wacky shit and protecting himself the entire time, too. So Sadikov is just going to go in there, dog walk him. I think it's going to be a very, very overwhelmed for a Zayam. I'd hope he comes in with a dog mentality because that'll change the fight. If he makes it a dog fight, Ferrez actually has a great chance if he just overwhelms Sadikov. But he's going to have to be able to figure out how to do that. I don't think he's going to figure out how to do that. I got Sadikov. I think Sadikov could get it done in one, but I'm going to say decision for Sadikov just because I figure Ziyam might make this a bit more of a grueling fight, so that way it lasts longer and he has a better chance in the later rounds. So decision for Sadikov, but don't be surprised if he just knocks his ass out in one. All right. We have Macy Barber versus Karine Silva. I like Karine Silva. I'm picking her kind of because I'm a bit of a, I prefer her overall from what I've seen. And I've tried to watch Barber, but I mean, motherfucker pulls out of fights and shit right then and there in the night of, fucking right before her fight walks out. She pulls it. Like, that left a sour taste in everyone's mouth, obviously. But we shouldn't look at Arman Soyukin, right? He did something similar, and his next performance, he showed how much of a dog he is. So he's obviously amazing. Macy Barber is obviously very, very good. I do think, though, Karine Silva is in a mode. I think she can just outstrike her. I don't know. I think she's going to be able to just walk in there with a certain kind of energy and just put it on Macy Barber. But maybe that's just me being a little hopeful. Macy Barber should be able to have a great amount of success. So I think this fight is going to be amazing. I actually am really looking for this fight because I think they're going to be striking, grappling. They're going to be just gripping on each other and fucking trying to destroy one another. And neither one is going to have overwhelming success. And if they do, the fight's going to be over in one. If one person is very obviously more skilled than the other, it's going to be done so fast. This fight is not going to last very long if that's the case. I'm going to go with Silva by decision because I think it's going to be tight and close. But I could see Silva also getting some nice, just someone, not even Silva, just someone getting a nice boom. And the other person's going to get dropped, choke right there. It's over. So, yeah, that's going to be a great fight. And after that, fucking we got Terrance McKinney versus fucking Chris Duncan. Oh my fucking God, I love fucking Terrance McKinney. And he's fighting against Chris Duncan as a dog. Oh my God, that's fucking dope. Okay. Terrance McKinney, I want to pick him. I like Terrance McKinney a lot. Great story, but I have to go with Chris Duncan. Skilled, sharp, vet. I don't know about vet. But Terrance has a tendency to just make a lot of mistakes in the first. He just makes, I don't know. He's a what's the word? He's a berserker. He is a animal. He is a fucking rabid fucking dog in the fucking octagon. He goes in there and every time the first round, it's over. Either he gets knocked out, choked, killed, someone dying in the first round. It's very rare for a Terrance McKinney fight to go beyond the first round and to not be also a fucking spectacular fight. So I think he's going to try to take out Chris Duncan in the first fucking minute, but as soon as he tries to overwhelm Chris Duncan is going to shut that shit down. And again, I like Terrance McKinney. I would like to pick him in this fight. But Chris Duncan does not want to play with. Do not play with Chris Duncan. It's clear. He's going to fuck you up if you fuck around. Do not play with Chris Duncan. I really think Terrance should really fucking switch up his fighting style in this fight and take it slow to throw off Chris Duncan in this game. But that's not what he does. He goes out there for the performance and those bonuses of the night. So expect for Terrance McKinney to fight the way he does and open up a very big opportunity for Chris Duncan to just lay him out. I think Chris Duncan is going to knock him out, but if he just has some trouble just fucking killing Terrance, he'll just submit him right then and there. Over in one. For sure, it is going to be down in one. If it goes over 2.5 or like whatever, 1.5 rounds, I'm sorry for your parlays. That sounds awful because this one, it should be a lock for under a minute. For under a fucking round, honestly. All right, but yeah, Chris Duncan, first round KO. After that, man, we have someone who I thought was Chris Duncan, Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres. This is not hard to fucking guess what's going to happen here. Grant Dawson is going to need to figure out some sort of game plan to take out Manuel Torres. The only reason Ignacio Bahamondes beat Torres, I don't want to say it's the only reason Ignacio Bahamondes beat Manuel Torres, but the shot that he landed to knock him out was pretty tight. It was a very, very split-second reaction kind of thing. So I do think that if they were to run that back, I think Manuel Torres would actually finish Bahamondes, though. I think Manuel Torres is so dangerous. He is a scary guy in this division. He is big, strong, heavy hitting. I mean, motherfucker knocked out Drew Dober in one. I knew he was going to win that fight, but the way he did that was even more shocking than I expected. This dude is horrifying, and he's going to go out there and fucking kill Grant Dawson in one. I really hope I'm wrong and this is much more of a competitive fight, because I don't want this to just be a one-sided competition. You know, I don't like one-sided fucking things. But Manuel Torres is a one-sided kind of fighter. Well, he'll just fuck you up. So I got Manuel Torres in one. If you fucking tell me what Grant Dawson's going to do, tell me what he can do. Because I don't think even if he shoots for a double, I don't think if he shoots for a single or a double, I don't know. If he tries any kind of takedown, he's just going to get elbowed, hammer-fisted, and that power alone is going to be enough. That's just my thoughts. That's just my piece. That's what I think. That's what I be thinking. All right. After that, we have Jan Błachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. See, we're getting nothing but fantastic fights. I got Jan Błachowicz on that one. Bogdan's great. Bogdan's cool. He did a great job against his last opponent. It was Nikita Krylov. And man, to do that to Nikita Krylov is pretty impressive. Obviously, nowadays, that kind of Nikita's name isn't as valuable, I think, as it was before, especially when Dominic Cruz knocked him out. But Bogdan is obviously a very talented fighter. He has a great opportunity to actually dominate against Jan Błachowicz, but I mean, everyone, in my opinion, I always thought a lot of guys should be able to finish Jan Błachowicz. Carlos Olberg, Alex Pereira, Magomed Ankalaev. You get all these killers in his division, and they can't fucking finish Jan Błachowicz. Jan Błachowicz is not a guy to just get knocked out. He's not a guy to just get finished by these motherfuckers. He's a dog. He's 40-something. He is staying in the game. He's staying active. He's more active than a lot of other guys in his division who are way younger. He's experienced, crafty, Polish power. He has everything he needs to win this fight. So I think he should. I think if he's not robbed in the decision again, you know, I'll be gentle with that, though. Robbery is kind of subjective. It was a close decision that could have gone either way for a lot of fights, but whatever. It's not going to be close in this one. I do see him getting maybe a Kimura sub, maybe some sort of sub in round 3. I want to lean more towards a finish submission in round 3 for Jan, but I'll say a decision just to be safe with it, you know. It could go anyways. But this fight, still, don't put any money down. Bogdan could definitely walk in there first round knockout, so we'll have to see. Wait and see, people. Wait and motherfucking see. After, Henry Cejudo versus Payton Talbott. This one was a bit of a controversial one when it was announced, just because people were surprised by the matchup. Payton Talbott versus Henry Cejudo. Why? Where was that? Where did this come from? You know, it's just a surprise to everyone. But to me, it makes perfect sense. Henry Cejudo's on his way out. Next generation coming up. Former champion, up and rising. Striker, grappler, like the guy who has trouble with grappling, guy who has, you know, it's like this is a perfect opportunity to show what are you both doing, where are you both at, where are you both going. Whoever wins this fight is clearly in the upward trajectory, so this is a good, just an observational fight. You know, it's a good calibration fight. See where everyone's going to be. If Payton Talbott can go out there and finish Cejudo, he is set up for the title fight, maybe. Like, it's really like that. It's really that easy. If fucking Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett can get it off of a bunch of bullshit, obviously Payton Talbott can get it off of beating Henry Cejudo, even over Yang Song Yadong, who just beat Henry Cejudo. That's how stupid the division is. That's how stupid the UFC is right now. It's so fucking dumb. I got Henry Cejudo in this fight. Absolutely. I think that Henry Cejudo is going to be able to use his skills, his experience, his knowledge. He's going to use every single power he has and dominate this fight. I think Payton is going to give him trouble. I think he's going to do a couple of good things. He's going to make some right decisions. He's going to be able to do damage to Henry. But I think the fact of the matter is that once Henry gets a lock on and he pulls him to the ground and he puts Payton's ass onto the fucking canvas, Henry's going to hold him there. Henry's going to dominate, and it's going to be over. And it's just going to be a decision win for Henry. It's going to just dominate him. I even think also he could find the sub in one. If he gets just Payton down fast and he gets his back, it's over. It depends on how good Payton Talbott's grappling and his defensive game is now. Against Raoni Barcelos, I honestly think it was better than people put it out. So I think he's going to find a bit of success against Henry Cejudo and take it to a decision, make it a split decision, if anything. But Henry Cejudo is just on a different level of grappling, so it's almost unfair to expect Payton to rise to that challenge. So yeah, I'll go Henry by decision. Could be someone. I don't fucking believe that. I don't really think that. Afterwards, guys, Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. Money, money, money. You fucking put Brandon Moreno on almost any card, and he's not the main fucking. It's money already. And against Tatsuro Taira, who's coming off of his submission win against Youngsung Park, Brandon Moreno coming off of his win against fucking Steven Ursig, dominating Steven Ursig, by the way, dominating. Yeah, I got Brandon Moreno all day on this. All day on this. I think Brandon Moreno is going to be leagues ahead of Tatsuro Taira. Maybe I'm a bit too high on Brandon Moreno. Maybe I expect a bit too much. But from his last two performances, which is the only fights I've seen from him in terms of watching it live, it was amazing. He killed those two guys. Perfect striking. He just completely his own fighter, and he's so complete. You know, like Alex Pierre, right? He has his own style, and he's perfected his own style. And it looks like it's almost like you got to be a special kind of person to defeat someone who fights in that way. I feel the same way with Brandon Moreno. The way his feet move, the way he gets his shit ready, the way he moves, to me, it screams like this guy is so talented. You need someone about as talented or greater to defeat him. Thus, you have Pantoja. You know, that's why those guys exist. And I don't think that Tatsuro Taira is Pantoja. That's just it. It's not even like, I think that Tatsuro Taira is so skilled and he's going to be able to finish so many other people in this division, but he's not going to do that to Brandon Moreno. And if he does, oh my God, it's Tatsuro Taira up next for the title. Absolutely. If Tatsuro Taira goes out there and finishes Brandon Moreno, he gets the title shot. 1,000%. If Brandon Moreno does, though, I don't know. That's kind of up to the UFC. It's kind of up to them. It's kind of up to maybe Brandon gets another fight just so that way they can justify another shot. But again, I don't know if he's going to be Pantoja. I don't know if anyone will, honestly. I got Moreno to actually take this fight by a decision. I think there might be a couple of submission attempts from either guy, but I don't think they're going to land it. I think they're both too good to get submitted from either one. If anyone's going to submit, I do think that Tatsuro Taira has a better chance to submit Brandon Moreno, but it's not like it's a great chance. And I really don't think it's going to happen. All right. Now we get to our co-main and then our main card, guys. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van. Ooh, man. I never thought those words would be coming out of my mouth this early, guys. If you were to tell me in the beginning of the year when I was starting to pick Joshua Van for his fights and shit that he was going to fight for the fucking title by the end of the year after being unranked, I'm going insane by this. This is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in my life for someone. Like, it's so cool. I realized this the other day. Like, I don't really look up to older people. I never really did. People above, ahead of me. I don't know. I just don't really look up to older people. They don't inspire me quite as much. But what Joshua Van is doing right now, this is inspiring. This is so inspiring to me. From a country Myanmar, one of the only fighters to come out of there at the age of 23. He's fought like 4 or 5 times within a year, whooped ass, all striking, continually dominates against wrestlers as well because they can't figure out how to fucking take him down and control him. He is so incredible. He is an incredible fighter. He has such a good future in the UFC. And if he wants to do anything outside of it afterwards, he's going to be set up for fucking life at this age that he's at. He is so set up right now. But I don't think he's going to do shit against Pantoja. I love Joshua Van. I wish I could pick him. I wish I could have picked him in this last fight against Brandon Royval. I wish I could pick him now, but I absolutely cannot. It is Pantoja, guys. It's Pantoja. What is he going to do against the Cannibal? This is one of the greatest fighters on earth. One of the greatest flyweights of all time. The only other guy I want to see him go up against is fucking DJ. I want to see him fight the Mouse, That's the conversation that Pantoja's in. The Pantoja conversation is he going to fight Merab? Is he going to fight Demetrius? That's where his level's at. Joshua Van needs to show us where Joshua Van, it's all on Joshua Van to show us what he can do. Because if he is able to stop Pantoja from submitting him in one, we got to fight. But this should be over immediately. This should be one of the fastest finishes in Pantoja's career. I'm not even joking. It almost has to be. Now, I know that Joshua Van has good defense against grappling. He has good wrestling. Again, he's good defensively against that kind of shit. But Pantoja isn't like anyone else that he's fought. He has not fought someone like Pantoja when it comes to grappling. There is nobody like Pantoja when it comes to grappling in that division. Maybe some guys are close, sure, but Pantoja is the marauder. He is the one. He is that motherfucker. The thing with Pantoja, he puts the pace on everybody else. You get guys like Kai Kara France, Kaiser, who puts the pressure on other people, and they lay some damaging strikes, nasty fucking knockout killer blows. But Pantoja's the one walking them down. Pantoja's walking them down. And then Pantoja's immediately grabbing. He's just leaping on that back, taking that submission, killing motherfuckers. He's going to, gosh, I don't want to say he's going to kill Joshua Van, but that's what he does, guys. That's what he does. Please, if you have any way for Joshua Van to take the victory on this, let me know, because I don't see him doing anything. I really don't. I see him maybe being able to piece up Pantoja, but as soon as Pantoja is getting pieced up, what is he going to do? He's going to cross the distance, grab Joshua Van by his fucking waist, or, just fucking grab him by his fucking belly, take him down, and just take him down there and just elbow his ass. That's it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I wish I could pick Joshua, but I can't. Pantoja won by submission. Like, seriously, I'm sorry, but Joshua just needs more time. After this fight, I look so forward for whatever Joshua's going to do. Maybe we'll have a new champion. Maybe, that'd be crazy. But regardless of what happens after this fight for Joshua, he has so many people to fight in the division, and he's at the front of it. And I don't know who's going to beat Joshua Van after Pantoja. Especially because after Pantoja, Joshua Van is going to be given some of the best experience a fighter could have. So, fuck, man. Good luck to everyone after this. I don't think Brandon Moreno is going to be able to defeat Joshua Van after this. I don't think Brandon Royval is going to have a chance after this. I don't even think fucking Manel Kape's going to be able to do shit against Joshua Van after this fight. After this fight, and if Pantoja retires, Joshua Van will become a champion after Pantoja retires. But right now, Pantoja's that guy. It is what it is, guys. All right. I don't want to fucking bog on that one just too much, but let's move on to the main fight. The main one we're all here for, too. I'm here for the other one, but we got Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan 2. I got Merab. Yeah. And that's the video, guys. We're going to end it. No, I'm joking. Obviously, both have been on a winning streak since they've last fought. Petr has been 3-0 and Merab 5-0 since they've last fought. Guys, isn't that crazy? Merab, the champion, is 5-0. Isn't that fucking wild? They've both improved. They've both gotten better, but we've seen significant growth in Merab's striking. We've seen significant growth in Merab's overall pressure, his finishing ability. We've seen Merab just put on a dominant displays recently. Similar to Payton, he's been doing some pretty dominant shit recently too. Davison Figueiredo, he's beat Peter McNeely, whatever the fuck. They've both been doing well, but Merab has been going out there and putting in double the effort. Like, straight up double it. Everything that Petr Yan is able to do, double it for Merab. The main thing that Petr Yan is much better at than Merab is his techniques. Petr has fantastic takedowns. He'll sweep your foot out from under you, throw a fucking random hook, discombobulate, push. He's very DJ in that way, where he's crafty. He's very crafty with the way he can take you down, make you get just slippery and slip around and fall over and act clumsily, When people fight against Petr Yan, it's almost like he makes them look clumsy because of how skilled he can move. Even though they are just moving excellently, he is just that far ahead in terms of technique. Sadly, though, I don't think that's going to win him the fight. It's going to give him some good moments and a highlight, obviously. A couple of good moments that, like, oh, damn, Merab got hurt by Petr Yan. Whoa. But, once he hurts, if Petr lays anything on Merab's going to grab him, and he's going to do what Merab does. And that's it. It's going to be almost a carbon copy of last fight. I hope I'm wrong. But I think it's going to be so much work against the cage. It's going to kind of slow down the night. But I think that Merab has a greater chance in this fight to finish Petr this time. Similar to what happened with Sean O'Malley, I think Petr is going to work his ass off to not get controlled and dominated in grappling exchanges, but that will leave him open for something for Merab to take advantage of. It's just that Merab is similar to Pantoja. You just can't do anything with him against the ground. You can't do anything against him grappling. You can't really do anything strength-wise against Merab because he's going to be stronger than Petr Yan. It's just he is. He's too strong. He's too dominant. He's too overwhelming. And he's too confident, guys. Guys, The one thing too, the Pantoja fight and this one are going to be similar. Both are dominant champions who have been controlling their divisions. That gives them all of the confidence in the world and assurances that they know they're the fucking shit. They're the fucking guy. Petr Yan has to go in there with the mentality that I have to show Merab now that I am that guy. So he's going to be trying harder. That's going to lead for, again, more attempts for Merab to fucking find that submission and finish. That's kind of it. There's not really too much to say about the Merab fight just because it should be kind of cookie cutter. It should be straightforward. It should be a freaking single slice of ham. You kind of know what to expect, to eat it, and you like it. I look forward to it, but I'm not really expecting to be surprised in that fight. Just kind of like Pantoja. I'm expecting Pantoja 1-1, and I'm expecting Merab by decision. Merab has a great chance to finish, but it's Petr Yan. I doubt it. That's everything, though. That's everything for the final card of the year. So excited about it. Do your shit. Have a good day. Happy holidays. Live well. Fucking spread joy. Just love someone. If you don't fucking love strangers or something, forgive your neighbors. I don't know. Just be positive. Do some good shit. Obviously. That's it. Goodbye.